Hey guys, happy Monday. I had to be super quick today because my phone is literally dying right now. But anyway, so this week I've been thinking about this topic for a while because I've really been working on it. But before I hop on here, I like to make sure that what I'm going to talk about is something that actually works for me when I put it into action. Because if it's not working for me, I can't be passionate about it, and I definitely don't want to share it if it's too complicated or doesn't work. So I have been doing so much personal development, as you probably know, and of course that includes a lot of Tony Robbins. And I heard something that has resonated with me for a month or two now, and it is just working so incredibly well, so I wanted to share it, and it helps me keep going. So if you have any goals, you know it is hard to keep going when obstacles get in your way, and that obstacles can be anything, guys, like bills coming up, family not supporting you, maybe your kids had a rough day, maybe you're tired, maybe you're sick, maybe whatever, you lost your job, or maybe you hate your job. There are so many things that can get in your way, and these things keep me going every single time something like that pops up, and it works so well. So there are two questions that I've started asking myself every time an obstacle comes my way, and again, these can be big or small. I do that because who am I to say what's big or small to you guys? So one of those is to ask myself when something is going on and it's just really rattling me, I ask myself, what can I control in this situation? What can I control? Like, don't be ridiculous, because for me, I'm like, okay, well, my entire to-do list has 72,000 things, so I can control doing every single one of them right now. No, realistically, in this exact moment, like, what can you control? So, for example, if you are sitting in traffic and it is making you late for an appointment or work, and you're like, this is freaking crazy, and you're getting, like, really mad, and in my mind, it'd be like, my whole day is ruined now because I'm going to be late for this, and I'll be late for that, and people will think I'm flaky, and blah, 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 blah. And then it would just, like, unravel from there, and I'd be like, well, screw it, now I'm just late to everything, and, so using that as an example, if you're sitting in traffic, what can you control? You can control being a safe driver, right? Paying attention to the crazy traffic around you, making sure you're not in an accident, which will slow you down even more and hurt you, obviously, and cost you money. Making sure you don't get a ticket because you're being reckless, things like that. You can control that in that very moment. Maybe if you have the hands-free thing in your car, you can make a phone call and let someone know, like, there's crazy traffic, but I am on my way. There are those things that you can control, okay? And that's just an example because we've all been in traffic. And then there are things you can't control, like the people around you, right? So there's no point in being upset over those things, and I need to remind myself of that regularly, and it's been seriously working. And that sounds so simple, but I think the most simple things are the things that work the best because they're so easy to turn to and to rely on. So what can you literally control in that moment, okay? And usually it's just your actions in that exact moment. And then the second question that I have to ask myself is, what emotion am I attaching to this situation? So again, let's go back to traffic, because again, we've all been in traffic, and I don't know a single person that doesn't get frustrated. So let's say you start your day with crappy traffic and it messed up your entire morning, right? So the question would be, what emotion am I going to attach to that experience? And some people would be like, well, I'd be pissed off. I'm going to be so mad the whole day, and I'm going to treat everyone like crap, and I'm going to be cranky, and I'm going to be mean because that experience was horrible. And then every time I drive on that road, I'm going to be mad, and I'm going to be stressed, and I'm going to think I'm going to be late, and I'm going to be rude to everybody. And that's the attachment that I'm making. We make choices. When you save something as like a memory, right? And you're attaching emotions to it, that's a choice that you're making. So some people would think of traffic and be like, that sucks and I hate it. And they get so angry and worked up even thinking about it, like ready to curse someone out, even thinking about it. But instead, just attach something either positive or at least neutral to the situation. So try to think like how maybe you could use it as a motivation, right? Maybe you'll attach more motivating feelings to it, like I need to leave a little earlier in the morning. Or maybe you can maybe it was funny. Maybe you can make yourself laugh about it. Like, laugh about how ridiculous that person was driving that made all the traffic messed up. You know, maybe you can attach patience to that situation because you made it through the traffic and you didn't curse anyone out and you didn't flip anyone off and you made it to your destination without causing an accident. You know, maybe you can attach those positive or even just neutral emotions to that situation. So again, for those of you just hopping on, and just because it's the teacher and me, I'm going to repeat very briefly what I was saying. So whenever something's going on in your life, when there's an obstacle that's jumping in your way between you and your goals, you need to ask yourself 2 questions. 1, what can I control physically in this moment? Okay, what can I control? Can I walk? Like, actually look where I'm going so I'm not tripping on people? Can I pay attention to how I'm driving, right? Can I just pause the Netflix and get something done? Can I put my phone down and read the book? That's what I need to be doing right now. Can I, like those things you can literally physically do in that moment. What can you stop doing and focus better on? And then, what emotion am I attaching to this? Am I choosing to attach something negative to it? You need to understand that when you attach a negative emotion to something, it's automatic. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm saying you need to be more intentional with these things, because if something bad happens to you, that's because you chose for it to be bad. And I'm not talking about like those really freaking bad situations. And even then, you've probably heard of motivational speakers coming from these awful, awful situations, and they somehow found a way to grow from them, right? But when something bad happens to you, it's because you labeled it that way, okay? So for some of us, maybe someone being rude is bad and it ruins our whole day, and we're just forever, for the rest of our lives, we're going to remember what a turd that person was, and it's going to make us upset every single time we think about it. But for some of us, we're going to be like, wow, it makes me really sad that person is so grumpy. I'm going to go pray for that person now. And then you'll feel, maybe you'll feel sad for that person, or maybe you'll feel joy that person came to you, like came in your path, so that maybe you can make a positive impact on their life. Like there are ways to put positive, or again, neutral emotions on things so that you are not constantly reflecting negatively on them. There are people that are so freaking happy. Like no matter what comes their way, they are happy. And it's because it's a choice. They are choosing to attach joy to that situation. No matter how they do it, no matter how they have to twist the situation in their mind, they're attaching joy instead of grief, instead of pain, instead of anger, instead of hatred, instead of fear, instead of misunderstanding, okay? And so I really challenge you guys this week, when something comes up, no matter how, again, I'm going to use air quotes, big or strong, because I'm not the person to say whether something's big or little or important or not important in your life. That is not my place. So no matter how important you may think it is in your life, I want you to just pause and think, even if it's a good thing, what can I control in this situation? What can my physical body do? Like, what can I physically make my body do right now in this exact situation until it is over? And then later reflect and think like, okay, now that's a memory in my head, right? And what emotion am I going to attach to it? What emotion am I going to label this situation as? Is this going to go in the happy box? Is this going to go in the sad, the angry, the scared, the nauseating, the anxiety provoking? Is this going to go in the funny box? You know what I mean? And really catch yourself. Catch yourself when you're feeling like, I almost feel it in the pit of my stomach when I'm angry, right? Or when I'm getting anxious. And so I catch myself and I'm like, no, what's the point of being angry about something, guys? Like, honestly, what is the point? What is the point of being angry about something? There is none. It just hurts you. Especially if you lash out on other people. That's just hurting you. It's hurting your relationships, and it's hurting your mental state. So I really challenge you to think, what can I physically do in this moment? Like literally, can you walk a little slower? Can you pay attention to the cars around you? Can you put your phone down? Can you take a deep breath? Can you just close your eyes for a minute? Can you hold a door open for someone? Like, what can you physically do in that moment? And then think, what emotion am I feeling and what am I choosing to attach to this? Am I choosing it's going to be a sad situation and every time for the rest of my life, and when I think about it, I'll be sad? Or am I going to spin it in my mind so that it is a joyful situation? It's a learning experience. It's funny. It's, whatever. Okay? So I know I repeated myself a lot, but this has been helping me so, so much. Like when my anxiety is, for lack of a better term, like eating me alive, I have to stop and really think about those two questions. And sometimes it sucks because I want to be pissed off. I want to be like, bring it on, give me a reason to fight you. I don't know why. That's just our instincts, I guess. So when I'm angry and when I'm sad or whatever, I don't want to do those things. But again, it's being intentional. It's being purposeful with it's your freaking life. It is your life, guys. And you need to take control of it. And the crazy thing is, you can't. If you've watched my videos before, I believe you can have and be and do anything. And this is no different. Okay, so when something is coming up, what can I do with my physical body in the situation? And then what emotion will I forever attach to this? And you'll catch yourself being overly negative sometimes. You'll catch yourself being super positive sometimes. And I challenge you to also celebrate those moments when you turn them around and you're like, shoot, that was really annoying, but I'm choosing to use that as a learning experience. I'm choosing to make that funny because that was just cuckoo crazy pants. We all have those weird things happen in our lives. So anyway, thank you so much for making me a part of your Monday. If there is someone who needs to hear this, please share it. Tag them in the comments. Let me know if it was helpful. And also let me know what else you need help with and achieving your goals. I don't care what your goals are. I don't care how big or small you might think they are. They're important, and that's all that matters, okay? So again, tag some friends. If you've missed my Motivational Mondays in the past, check out my newsfeed on Facebook or go on my YouTube channel, Emily Fronauer, I believe. I'm the only one on the planet, so it's super easy to find. I will see you guys next week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are amazing. Have a great week.